Hey everybody, welcome to Camping with Steve. I picked up a Cabela's hunting blind and it's pretty cold out. I'm going to try to walk across the road here into a patch of woods and hopefully get away with it despite how incredibly obvious all of this looks. Now all I have to do is just get across that road and into the woods. I think should be all right. Yeah. Well, I always try to do the winter style camping on the warmest days I can find. This winter's not cooperating with us. So I got a lot of propane with me in these bags and a little smaller buddy heater. That'll keep us warm, I sure hope. There is our beautiful break in traffic. Let's go. Oh, the snow is deep. Oh, okay, look at that, it's up to my knee. All right. I brought boots today. Well, this spot's way too close to the road, obviously. So I think I'm gonna head over that way a little bit more. Looks like there's a clearing there I can set up in and then get a heater on because I can feel this cold already. Okay. Houses over there behind us, road over there, and there's a bit of a trail. People have been out here. And I don't want to spook the locals, of course, but I do want to go camping, so in through here, out of the way a little, it's just about right. Propane. Yeah. Basically, this little hunting blind sets up kind of like that ice fishing shack, except it's much smaller and it's only 4 sides. That's okay. It's big enough that I can lay down diagonally and still stretch out. So, let's see how this goes. You can see it's definitely not very big in here, but certainly better than laying right on the ground. No, have a little more daylight. Huh, yeah. It comes with these little screens I can put on. They're like a one-way screen. I can see out. Supposedly they shouldn't be able to see in unless I turn the flashlight on, but perfect. I'm gonna try out this heater and see what happens. One of the first things first is I grabbed my tent footprint. It's not for the shape of this, but it's something to go down on the ground, and that'll keep my knees from getting soaked from the snow, and it's something nice to lay on. Put the heater right on that, but okay. That heater I've been using for years, the Big Buddy. This is its smaller companion, and oh, I didn't bring the stand for it. Well, I'll have to put this in the snow good and securely. Okay, push button start. Alright. And yes, warms right up. Okay, now I'll see if I can find a spot to attach this onto the ground where it's not going to roll too much. It's got a tip sensor on it too, so if it goes off level, it'll shut itself off. Safety first, safety first. This little guy doesn't seem to be lighting, and that is a large problem for tonight's temperature. I'm going to mess with it some more and see if we can get it to go. Crisis solved. I just kind of lifted it up and then it ignited. So I'm keeping my eye on it. That wouldn't have been very good. So yeah, just going to lay low until it's a little bit darker here. Then we'll get out and scope things out and see how much of a sore thumb this setup looks like. Since we're in loitering mode, let's let the loitering begin. Actually, I don't think the cough was any better than the sound of a beer crack. Okay, right here, it's pretty obvious. But, of course, there's no leaves on any trees. Here, yeah, that really sticks out. Still sticks out. I'm just relying on the fact that nobody should really be out walking around. Yeah, that looks a little better from here. That looks pretty good. Then from the main sidewalk, yeah, nobody's gonna see anything there. Yeah, that's great. That's great. I'm comfortable hunkering down in there tonight. I can still see my breath a bit, but I think it's going to be warm enough tonight. It's going to be minus 20 Celsius, minus 4 Fahrenheit, the same as it was all day today pretty much. Might cool off a little bit, but there's frost building up, of course, on the walls, and that's to be expected at these temperatures, and hopefully not too thick that I can't pack it up in the morning. This little buddy heater, the 3800 BTUs, it's the smallest one they sell. I used to have one before and they've upgraded it. There's a lot more safety features involved, which is good. I have nothing against that. I'll get the bed set up in a little bit, but for the meantime, I'm just kind of chilling here. I'm gonna seal that up a little bit to keep the heat in. House is over there. There's a few lights on, but not too many. And here I am. That looks quite stealthy. Gotta cook up some food. I'm thinking a Frito pie. And all I could find was this stag chili, not Wolf brand or anything. And maybe tempting fate, because it's a long run to the car in the morning with a lot of gear. However, this should do just fine. Try and cook it right on top of here, or warm it up anyways. You don't want to cook in the cans, but I think it's okay to warm them up. Okay, this is kind of the tour. Here we go. It's not very big. I can probably sleep in there. And we got the heater and some food stuff to go. And that's what we're doing in here. I got this little stool to sit on, which is quite good. But yeah, you can see it's not a very big place to hunker down in. And of course, that's the problem with the main camera. I start to get the frost on the glass here, sadly. Okay, I've got some tongs set up in here, and the actual apparatus set up at an angle where it's still going to work. And it seems to be doing the job. Nothing's fallen over. So yeah, that's what we're doing here. So in the urban parks, we've been having an issue with coyotes becoming a little aggressive to humans. And that's why I brought the bear spray. If it works on a bear, it should work on a coyote. Alright, it's proved to be reasonably warm. And that means dinner time. A few ingredients. Fritos, or in Canada, as they can be known, corn chips. Texas Mexico cheese, or in the rest of the world, Tex-Mex cheese. And sour cream, known universally as sour cream. A can of chili. So, I'll grab my sharpest key and there we go. Okay. Split the bag of corn chips open. Try to dump this in here somehow. If there was only a tool that would do it, this is the one. Oh yeah. There we go. Sour cream, which is probably frozen. Oh yeah. Well, that's some pretty frozen sour cream. There's looks like ice cream. Unbelievable. Oh, what do I get myself into? Okay. So, some people say walking taco or whatever. Here we go. We got a bag with the Fritos or corn chips. I don't have the most sophisticated palate, and I'm okay with that. If it's easy and I can put it in the backpack, it is a good meal for me. You know, high in sodium and fat is an extra benefit. This is quite good. So, of course, I have to give a shout to all the beer donations, which, you know, also keep the interesting equipment coming, etc. Like a hunting blind, for instance. So, thank you to everybody for that. I never did a Patreon, because by the time I thought it was a good idea, I was in over my head already with trying to at least get a video up once a week. And, you know, the extra content thing or whatever was just a little too much to try and add to the plate. However, I thank everybody for your support. Trying to sit here and be stealthy in a small thing like this probably doesn't make for a very good video. It is exceedingly hard to stay organized in a really small space like this. Like, this is like 5 feet by 5 feet, so I can lay down diagonally, but gotta get this air mattress inflated. It's the Thermarest Neo Air Uberlight, because it packs up so small. And last time I used that inflation bag, no, I brought this with new batteries in it. Oh, please tell me it works. Oh God. Okay. This actually is smaller and lighter weight and quicker than the inflation bag. But yeah, if you're on like a 10-day journey or something, I would not bring this. I would bring the inflation bag because it won't fail. This, however, I got 6 or 7 inflations out of it before it died on me, so. That inflates it just fine as a daisy. And shove that in the sleeping bag here. The worst thing about these is when there's a heater like that in close quarters. So, gotta be very sure that we don't pop this under the hot heat of that beautiful heater that's making all of this possible. Let me tell you, the last stealth camp was cold, and I had a couple more sleeping bags, but today is way colder, and I've just got the one. Not a lot of spare room, but that's okay. We've been through worse. Get my boots off here. Crawl into the sack. Wow. Oh, great. Okay, now it's still going. Weird to click there. Got another propane cylinder by my head here. Right there. There you go, it'll be good. And see you guys in the morning. Oh, it's coming up like close to 3 in the morning here. My toes are nice and warm. The rest of me probably not so much that warm. Yeah, just about 3 in the morning. I can hear this flickering like it wants to shut off. But I feel like putting the sleeping pad inside of here, it's really crushing down like the loft of the sleeping bag so much. So I'm gonna have to switch out this propane cylinder within the next half hour. So before I do that, I'm gonna actually put the sleeping pad outside of the sleeping bag. I know it's harder to keep it aligned with me, considering it's a mummy bag and a mummy narrow thing, but I really want to see if that makes a difference. Test this out, and I'll reevaluate in 20 or 30 minutes when I gotta change this cylinder here. It's time to change the propane cylinder. My initial results, yeah, it feels warmer in here, except of course due to the sketchy nature of nylon on polyester and moving around. Fresh new heat, fresh new heat. Okay, a few more hours to go, then we can start the job of packing up. Good morning. It's about 8 o'clock. I'd like to sleep some more, but my toes are cold, of course, because that's what happens. And I can hear the last of the propane here flickering off and on, so time to get packed up before it's too cold to do that. Yes, so it did get pretty frosty in here last night. as I'm packing up, my word of discouragement for everybody is don't do this unless you really got the equipment and experience, because these temperatures can be deadly if you're not quite equipped and if you go too far from a warm place. So don't do as I do. We got a little snow last night, but it held up pretty good. I can see where it's been melting here from the heater, but the roof didn't collapse, which is good. The ice fishing hut, when the snow builds up, the roof really does like to come down, but this is great. One of the neat things with this is they got these little screens that go on, and it's this camel print that you can see through, but from the outside it's trickier to see in. So I'm going to set one of these up and then I'll just show you guys from the outside how that goes. Okay. Well, as fun as it is to sit here and chat in the cold, I want to get back to the car, so do this. Kind of hard to believe in the summer I did it all with that little suitcase. And the final search for garbage reveals no garbage left behind by me or any I can see from other people that needs to be picked up. But there was a dusting of snow, so I can't really see what others may have left behind. Let's get out of here. Quick hike through the woods really warmed up the toes, so that's good. And I'm always worried about the car being towed or broken into or something, so just a phobia of mine, I guess, because I got parts for the bus in the back of it, and we're going to be working on that this weekend if it warms up. So as always, I hope it's still there. Good stuff. So, done for now. Thank you everybody for watching. If you like this type of thing, don't be shy to subscribe. I'm still accepting new subscribers for the moment. So, thank you all, and kind message is always nice, or even just a not mean one. This is really good. So thanks everybody. We will see you next Thursday. See you next Thursday.